Week 7 of John and Cal's high school football game of the week.
Also, the Hall of Fame ceremony Saturday, October 19th, 4:30 p.m. at the Fruitport High School.
Should I be hearing that or not?
No.
Okay.
Miles Welch is back on play-by-play alongside Cal VanDyk for all the action.
I don't think so.
Brought to you by our sponsor, Mario Flores, Cadena Brothers Pizza, Twisted.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome here to Fruitport High School, and welcome in once again. It's homecoming.
Yep.
Tell you
Homecoming in
what,
Fruitport.
Homecoming in Fruitport. What a great place to be. Tonight, the Fruitport Trojans, they are 2-4 and 1-2 in the conference. They're going to take on the surging Hopkins, I believe, the Vikings, who are 5-1 overall and 4-0 in the conference. It's a pivotal game here for both teams. You have Fruitport here with 1-2. They don't want to fall back any further, and Hopkins would certainly like to keep that undefeated streak going here in the conference. I'm Calvin Singel. It's the one and only Miles Welch, and the one and only Billy Mann is up on top, and we welcome you in here again. This is a KLLB media production. Billy Mann and his company here is surging and growing in Whitehall. Sure. We would love for you to be part of it. So, Miles, how you doing?
I'm fired up. I'm ready for this game. You know, first OK conference game we've covered, other than the Unity Christian game and Whitehall game, but first. Both OK conference opponents heading off in the first game of the season that we're going to be calling. So I'm pumped. I'm fired up. Ready for this game.
That's awesome. I know we both have did a little bit of homework on this. Why don't you go first, and I'll fill in case we didn't quite miss something, or if one of us missed something.
Yep. So the program we got today shows a big logo, the OK conference, established in 1958, but just this season with the newest realignment. Fruitport's joining the OK Silver Conference. You know, I mean, less competition, I feel like, but definitely a chance for them to do some damage. And this game against Hopkins is one of the in-conference games that they need to win. So
absolutely. And you take a look at enrollment here. Hopkins at 498 and Fruitport at 831. Wow. So, you know, about, 330. I think 333 more students here in Fruitport than what is in Hopkins. Now, I'm guessing maybe that this is going to be realigned again. I knew Fruitport tried to get in, I believe, at one point in the West Michigan Conference. I don't know how that's going. They may be denied and not being able to do that. So you might see some more realignment coming up here in the Ottawa-Kent Conference here in the near future.
Yeah, well, I know Whitehall's hovering around that 650 to 700 enrollment. So that could definitely work if they get things going. And I feel like WMC conference would be pretty solid for Fruitport if they could pull some strings and get into that conference. Yeah,
I know they would definitely be the biggest school in it by far for enrollment ways, because I think Whitehall is the biggest, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's up there.
Yeah, and the entire WMC. So Ludington's probably got to be right up there also.
Oak Ridge is probably pretty close to that too as well.
Yeah.
So
you take a look here at this Hopkins team as they here tonight for homecoming. They are 5-1 overall this season. They have scored 178 points this year, only allowed 81. Let me look here at my notes. 23 times they have been in the playoffs. 1999, they were the runner-up. In 2002, they were the runner-up. So Hopkins has had, some success here through the years. I remember John Russell and I years ago went to Hopkins. It was a playoff game. Can't remember if it was Montague. Can't remember exactly who it was. I just remember going to Hopkins, and they had a kid by the name of Kevin Glupker, who was an incredible football player, running back, linebacker, if I remember right. And they had a great team. I think that was one of those years that they made the runs. But Fruitport also no stranger here to successful football back in the day when Steve Wilson roamed the sideline.
And most recently in 2022, they had a solid 8-3 season, which happened to do a playoff berth. They lost to Whitehall in the districts, but overall really solid season. Last season they were a really young team, 0-9, but this year they've already shown growth with a solid start to 2-4 compared to last season. So
building blocks.
Yep,
all about building blocks. Nate Smith is the head coach here. I think this is his 8th year, possibly. Oh, he's been here for a little bit, so great to see Nate here starting to have some success, and had success here a couple years ago also. Beautiful night here in Fruitport. Still some room for you to get here. and get some great Cadena pizza.
Oh, yeah.
We were munching on that in the pregame show, so a lot of room here for you. Quickly, we want to thank our sponsors. Of course, Bill's Golden Cards and Collectables. It's more than just a card shop. I've been in it numerous times. You know a little bit about that place. Tell us about Bill's Golden Cards.
It's a place to just, even if you're not into sports cards, it's a place to just talk sports. If you're passionate about sports, you can just talk sports and just settle down. I know the Tigers going into a Game 5 tomorrow.
Yes.
Tigers, it's a hot topic in Michigan. So, Bill's Lakeshore Golden Cards, even if you're not into cards. But if you are, it's a great place to collect and trade and all that. So
we got Cadena Pizza, VanDyk Mortgage, and there's this crazy guy, I guess myself, that has this podcast called Cal's Corner. I think we just filmed episode 12, and that was your dad.
Really?
Your dad was in that. He was so I think Billy's going to edit that this weekend and get it up. But a lot of people don't realize is your father, Bill. I'm surrounded by a lot of Bills from time to time between your dad and Billy Mann. Your dad was a 3-tour vet for the Army in Fallujah and Afghanistan. He was all over the place. And hats off to him when I was doing the podcast, the interview with him. It's impressive what he's done for our country. And just thank all the vets, men and women, and some of those, some vets got dinged up and they suffered some PTSD. So we certainly want to thank all of our vets for sure. So, once again, Bill's Golden Cards and Collectables, Lakeshore Golden Cards, Cadena Pizza, VanDyk Mortgage, and Cal's Corner. So I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick time out, pay a couple of bills, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Alrighty.
It's a good time to be a homeowner. Muskegon is awesome because you get a little bit of everything. We're right here we're close to the lake. We're right here, so our views are awesome. We have the city that's coming up it's building up within the city. A lot of new businesses, a lot of new buildings being built. If you want a little bit of the country scene, we still have that, but yet you're 5 minutes away from, a shopping place or groceries, but still can be secluded a little bit from, if you're not liking the city life, you go out to Fruitport and get a little country style, but yet, you got everything right here. It's always a good time to be a homeowner.
Welcome back again, everyone, and great to have you with us here tonight. And just talking here about Miles. And Miles, what do we want to chat about? And he said, how about the conference race there and the WMC conference? A lot of big games here tonight, especially in the Lakes Division. And that would be the Ludington Orioles are going to be down. They're playing at the Whitehall Vikings.
Yeah. So both teams, 1 and 2. For the Lakes Division, and it's technically the conference championship. Win in your conference champ. It's that simple. So, I'm curious to see the scores of that. I know we'll get game updates for that game and other games around the area. Muskegon, Reese Puffer. That's going to be a pretty big game for both Muskegon and Reese Puffer. So, during the game we'll update you guys with those scores, and I'm curious to see for sure who's going to come out top in the Lakes Division.
Yeah, you take a look at that Muskegon game, and I'll admit I have a very close relationship with Shane Fairfield. He wins tonight. He's the winningest high school football coach ever at Muskegon.
Really?
He will pass the former one, which I think was Leo. I remember. Because it's always Redmond Pottle. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. I didn't do this. Anyway, he'll be the winningest coach in the history of Muskegon football. So that's with a win here tonight. So that great accomplishment. He accomplished it. If he wins, he accomplished it in 15 seasons.
Yeah.
And the other, it was Leo Redmond and Harry Potter. So Leo Redmond, and Leo was it took him 27, but Shane's had the playoffs, and that certainly has helped to get those wins there also. So take a look here at the Rivers Conference. Who's in first in the Rivers?
So North Muskegon is in first in the Rivers, and then I think Mason County Central is a close second. They lost to North Muskegon early in the season, but Mason County Central is a team who beat Ludington
correctly.
So even though they'll likely come into second to North Muskegon, I mean they're going to be definitely a team to watch in the playoffs, no doubt.
Talking about playoff team, Hopkins over here definitely will be playoff bound.
I mean, and Cal, you talk about the enrollment numbers that, 4 to 80?
333 difference, I think, between these two.
Yeah, so that kind of just shows the level of program, prestige they have over here at Hopkins. I mean, that's 300, and then they have 5-1 record. That's pretty solid.
Yeah,
it's pretty solid.
Yeah, but one thing about Hopkins, and I've been in 30 years of doing this, they have an incredible, rich tradition of playing great football over there. And it seems like if they have a down year, they're not down for long. I mean, they're going to regroup and come right back. And you might run into a class or two that maybe, you don't have the football players. You have their kids that are athletes, but they play other sports. And then all of a sudden you get the next wave of kids, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes in a row, or they are football players. And that bumps your success back up. We have about a minute left here to go on the clock before the national anthem. So, beautiful night here at Fruitport. Still some room here for you. Homecoming night here for Fruitport.
I believe I heard it was the first homecoming parade in Fruitport history today.
I heard the PA guys say that just a moment ago. A lot of communities have those parades. I'm sure Whitehall does. Yep. Montague does. Yeah. One thing, maybe, ladies and gentlemen, we don't realize, the kid here. He is 16 years old. He's a 16-year-old senior, going to turn 17 the end of October.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty cool what you're doing this at 16.
Yeah, it's always been a passion of mine, and I'm very blessed to be here at such a young age, and I plan to use my youth to really take stride in my career. So.
Yeah, and this kid's, you're focused. You're fun to work with. You're focused, driven. Future is very, very bright for you.
Appreciate that.
Your parents have done a great job of raising you. And I tell you what, it looks like we are maybe getting close. We are getting close to the national anthem. So we're going to leave it right here.
That's fine with me.
Tell you what, we will leave it here. We're going to stick our headphones out the window so you can hear the national anthem. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Respect and equality for all. Let us unite in those efforts today as we join together in the playing and singing of our national anthem.
And we're back here at Fruitport. Homecoming festivities going on before. It's probably some schools that will have their homecoming crowning during halftime. Some of them will do it after the game. So not sure what's going to happen here at halftime. We're going to try to maybe get a guest here also for halftime, working on to see if Mike Teeter, former great Fruitport Trojan here, see if he is in the house here tonight, taking the game in, watching his nephew play. So nice to see the band did a nice job in the national anthem, about 40 strong, and there was also some alumni out there. It was great to see that.
24 Fruitport Trojans.
Not sure if you guys can tell, but the speaker is right next to us. So
yes.
Hopefully you guys are kind of tuned into our mics. But yep, Fruitport just took the field, and I'm looking for a strong battle here out of this Fruitport team.
Yeah, especially with homecoming, something more to play for, nice crowd and everything all the time. So, yeah, let's see what's going to happen here. I did not see who won the coin toss, but we'll find out here in just a moment as these teams are getting about ready to take the field. Beautiful night here, starting to cloud up, nice low breeze. Miles?
Yep. And Fruitport at 2-4, I mean, 2 games under 500, but they're definitely not out of the playoff race. You know,
No,
they
that's
string
it.
together a few wins here, and just like that, they're above 500. And for Hopkins, 5-1, they just want to keep this momentum rolling into the playoffs. You know, they could finish 9-1, 10-1, so and then roll into the playoffs with that momentum. So
Yeah, if you finish at 8-1, then you're going to have some momentum for playoffs, and you're going to have home field advantage, at least probably for 1 or 2 games before you got to go back out on the road, and sometimes even longer if maybe that team that finishes is higher in that bracket. If they happen to get tripped up, then you have home field again.
And Cal, we got the Hopkins return team on the field along with the Fruitport band.
Fruitport playing their fight song. Want to welcome in JV and his son. They got us on the big screen, so they're watching and listening also.
There we go.
JV, a retired deputy, and who left law enforcement to go into ministry. So,
Kicking off for the Trojans.
and it looks like here Fruitport's going to kick off here to the Hopkins Vikings. Getting your chair fixed up.
Yes, sir.
Back deep.
It's gonna be
Number 6, Wieringa.
it's gonna be number 12, Nate Cribley-Cotto,
Also back there.
kicking it deep.
There's number
Okay.
7.
Can we see who's back? I have a
Number
hard
7, Cole Shanderdorf, and Zach Wieringa.
waiting to get underway. Go ahead.
And here we go from Fruitport. Little squib kick down the middle, fielded by Wieringa. Running to his right, across the 20. Gets a few blocks, jukes a guy, and is finally down
On the stop,
at
number 3,
the Hopkins 32.
Do I find out who's on the tackle? They're 3 and 81. That's we got to turn the lights on in here in a minute, don't we? Do we not?
Looks like that's Kotecki.
Yeah, Kotecki, and then also number 81 is Jimenez. So Hopkins here is going to start out 1st and 10 on their own. What was that? The 33 moving left to right?
Singing the caller for Hopkins is Christian, number 16.
Look at that. We have light.
Here we go.
Makes it a lot easier for these old eyes, buddy.
Right. One wide for Hopkins. Christian's a give, but nothing going. That Fruitport defense is all over this first play of the game.
On the stop, number 52.
Nice job there on that stop. Number 52. That's going to be Riggs. Number 55, Morse. Alex Morse. Alex Morse, that's a great name going back to Muskegon Catholic Central. There were some Morses back in the day that roamed the sidelines over there. One of them, I'm going to go Bobby Morse, played in the NFL.
Wow.
For the Saints. Michigan State to the NFL.
That's legit. That's legit. Christian under center. Motion.
First guy,
Gets the
3.
snap. It's number 3. Brown on the carry on the little end around.
On the stop,
10 on that
number
stop
10,
is going to be
Zimmer.
Blair Zimmer. Zimmer's a junior. Defensive back came up and made that stop. Nice tackle there by Zimmer.
And that leaves Hopkins to a 3rd down and 8 here to start their opening drive.
These two teams, I think, are going to run the ball a lot. So this might be one of those games where the clock just keeps on a ticking, and it's not going to be as far as time goes, a long game.
Yep. We got 2 wide to his right. We got a stoppage. Timeout, Hopkins.
Hopkins seen something they did not like because they had the center and a guard, and they had no tackle on the right side. They were heavy off that left side, so not really sure what their head coach saying, but whatever he seen, he didn't like it. He says, wait a minute, we got to communicate better.
And to burn a timeout that early into the game is just, you don't really want to do that. But if on a big 3rd down like that, sometimes you got to do that.
So the next time out, you and I are going to have a talk. You know what we're going to talk about?
What are we going to talk about?
You were at the Game 3 game the other night with the Tigers. I want to hear about that.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear about that.
Will be
How awesome is that? Dad takes you and your brother out of school to go to Game 3 of the playoffs for the Tigers. Good job.
Man.
That's seriously cool.
Oh, yeah. First time in 10 years, Cal.
Yes.
So, and that series has been insane. So, big 3rd down for Hopkins here. Christian takes a snap. It's a give to number 6. That's Wieringa. Wieringa catches some room to the left side, but brought down just ahead of the marker.
Tell you what, we're going to have the first guy there makes that initial hit was Rhett, who is a linebacker, a junior linebacker. So it's set, wow, 4.5 a yard. And I got to believe Hopkins will not punt, just kind of knowing a little bit about Hopkins. They are power football. They have been for a long time. So this does not surprise me. Maybe a hard count to get them to jump. We'll see what happens.
And for Nate Smith and this defense, talk about a big stop here in this first quarter. Oh, got somebody.
Got him.
Got somebody jumping, and that's gonna be a first down on encroachment. And Hopkins moves the chains.
Yep, they got him on that, probably that hard count a little bit out there. Changed that cadence, got the hard count going, and they got him. So
look at you, Cal, calling it first quarter.
Oh, that's just because I'm old, brother. I'm just old. So what? 1st and 10 here on the 47-yard line. Hopkins 47. Here's Miles.
Christian under center. 2 backs. It's going to be a give up the middle. Looks like nothing going.
20-something, I think. 26.
26. That's going to be
Van Wagner, the ball
Justin
carrier.
Van Wagner.
On the stop is going to be Morse and Carrillo, I believe is who it was.
Now already we've seen this Hopkins team have multiple ball carriers.
Yes.
On this first drive. So, I'm curious to see how they proportionate those ball carriers. It's a snap. It's another give to Van Wagner. He finds the sideline. It's going to be a first down for Hopkins, and Hopkins is moving the chains now after that encroachment call.
I tell you what, I got to give a little shout out here. The Hopkins number 56, Colin Gibson. He pulled on that. He was leading the charge, and that's why they got that first down. Nice job there by Gibson, pulling out of there and leading the way. Larry Mansfield, Montague scores first on Fremont, 7-0, 9:31 left to go first quarter. Homecoming night in Montague also.
Nice. Got motion from Wieringa. Wieringa to give. But stopped by this Fruitport D-backs. And it's going to be, looks like a gain of 0.
Number 77.
We have Cole Sliker in on that stop defensively.
It's going to be a loss of 1.
Yeah. Ran to that short side of that field there. Just was not a whole lot there. We have not seen Hopkins throw a pass yet. It's been run.
39-yard line.
But it's been effective. They're moving the ball 3-4 yards at a time. They've had the one play that went for about 8 or 9 yards to get a first down. So, and the Fruitport had a penalty, which also gave them a first down. Yep. So here we go.
2nd and 11. We got motion now to give to Van Wagner. Van Wagner powers his way up the middle. Looks like he's going to get a couple, but it's going to leave Hopkins with another big third down.
Yep, I tell you what, number 56 was the first guy there that got to him. That's Carrillo. He's the first guy in there. Good job by him, and then he just hung on, and then here comes the cavalry.
Third down.
So what do we got? 3rd and about 8 here?
Yep.
No score, 7:50 left to go. First quarter here at Homecoming in Fruitport.
Now we've seen this Hopkins team run it on 3rd and 8 back in their own territory. So we'll see what they have to do here. 3rd and 8. Drops back. It's a rollout to his left. It's a lefty. Throwing, finds his receiver, number 2. That's going to be Cody Benting for the big first down. And Hopkins is knocking on the door to this Fruitport defense.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is going to move this all the way down. Where are they going to spot this? At about the 20? I think right about at the 20. And that quarterback here for Hopkins, he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Throws left-handed, so nice job. They rolled him out to his strength, and then that wide receiver just got free in there behind that defensive back and the defensive coverage. Miles?
It's 1st and 10. In the red zone. It's a direct snap to Christian. Christian finds the left side. Cuts through defenders. Did he get in? No.
Christian, the ball carrier.
Down at about the 2-yard line.
On the stop for the Trojans.
Boy, I tell you what, that's close. Nice job of blocking up front by that offensive line and that tight end over there opening up a crease there for him to run.
First down.
First, and it's on the 1.
From the Trojan 1-yard line.
So this drive started, of course, at the about 11:55 mark. We're down now just at the 7-minute mark. So a 5-minute drive here going on already here for Fruitport. I'm sorry, for Hopkins.
It's going to be Brown in the backfield along with Wieringa. It's going to be a tush push up the middle, touchdown Hopkins.
Touchdown for the Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings come out, march about 50, 60, about 70 yards down the field here. Start the drive at about 11:55, and they score at the 6:46 mark. Nice drive here by Hopkins. And that's, seeing them before, that's what you kind of expect. Yep. They're just going to run the ball, doing a nice job of completing a pass for a first down.
And for Fruitport, they had their chances.
They did stop. I think that's 53 on the kick.
But as well, Hopkins, they executed their third downs. The kick is going to be good.
Owen Reed on the kick, on the hold was, that's Shaendorf, Cole Shaendorf, number 7 here from Hopkins. So with that, 7-0, Hopkins on the board at the 6:46 mark. We'll take a quick timeout. You'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to High School Sports here in KLLB Media.
Out a little bit. Mario had Antonio's. He said, "Hey, if you want my recipes, let's do something." I'm right over here. Add a scoop and a half of sauce. We don't use any sugar to sweeten it. We use basil to help as a natural sweetener. And this is our cheese blend: mozzarella, provolone cheese, and Romano cheese, all in here. Making the all-meat pizza. We first started making it with ham. And then we tried it with capicola, and really got stuck with the capicola.
For the Vikings.
So back deep
53,
for Fruitport, 0-2.
And for Hopkins, sorry.
Campbell's 2. Campbell 0. Williams is 2.
It's going to be number 53, Owen Reed, on the kick for the Vikings. It's going to be a little onside kick up the middle. More like a squib kick. It's going to be number 0, who picks it up in turn. It's going to be Liam Campbell, dropped almost immediately.
Well, now let's see what happens here with Fruitport. They're going to get their first crack to be on offense. Got some scores coming in here. Mona Shore 7, Union nothing. We kind of expect that. Yep. So Arlene Russell, John's wife, want to thank Arlene for that.
Muskegon, I believe, beat Grand Rapids Union last week in a very lopsided game.
Yes.
So I'd imagine Mona Shores would do the same this week.
Yes, I agree with you.
Fruitport's going to take over at their own 27, it looks like. It's going to be a snap and a give
that's
to number 0, Liam Campbell.
Finally, there's got to be a
flag comes out. A little late, in my opinion, but we'll see.
We have a flag on.
I think what happened was the back judge thought everybody else was going to see it, but no, and if the play's happening in front of you, you don't see it. Personal foul, face mask. Is this going to be the 5? Or sometimes it's a 5-yard penalty. It's a 15, but his head got pulled right around, so I'm thinking it's going to be 15.
Yeah, just like that, Fruitport's in business.
Yeah.
Just on that flag.
Aided by a penalty and was going to move it all the way up to the
And the result will be a Trojan first down.
Close to the 50-yard line.
It is, yeah.
It's gonna be
right on the 45.
Yep. And that puts quarterback Bryson Brady Hansen in business for Fruitport.
4 guys in the backfield here for Fruitport. Yep. Quarterback and 3 running backs by him.
0, 11, and 2. Hansen, it's a give to Day Williams. Finds the outside on a sweep, but nothing going. As Hopkins defense quickly arranged the ball.
Blake Heima in on that stop here defensively for Hopkins.
Gain of 2.
Going to sets up about a 2nd and 7. Hopkins 7, Fruitport nothing, halfway underway here in the first quarter, about just almost to the 6-minute mark in the first quarter. Hopkins got the ball and drove about 70 yards on a nice drive to get on the board. Miles?
Yep. Hansen in the backfield along with his running back, Liam Campbell. On a 2nd and down, It's going to be a play action off the fingertips of Day Williams and almost intercepted across the 50.
Well, I tell you what, I think that was Shane. No, it wasn't Shane Dover. It was Wieringa. Number 6, I think he wishes he could have that back, trying to catch that pass, but it got on him so quick. I don't think he was even ready to try to catch it. Again, it's 3rd and about, 8.5? Probably somewhere.
An early pass in this first drive. It'll be interesting to see how they run the ball and how they pass the ball tonight.
Yeah, we're going to see balance or not. Like Hopkins, you're probably not. You're just going to see run.
And with a second down pass, I'd have to imagine they'd pass here on 3rd down. We'll see. 3rd and 8. Hansen drops back, looks right, fires just over the head of Williams. And if that's just a few feet to his left, that's a first down and maybe more.
So now you got to figure out that you would think the Trojans are going to punt, but I don't see anybody going. I don't see the punt team out there. Have you seen the punt team?
I have not.
I have not seen the punt team either.
Huge. Well, here comes number 4, Singel. Who could be a
punt. They might do that, just drop back and punt it. You do see teams doing that from time to time.
And even though it's early, Cal, this is a big hold for Hopkins defense, especially since their offense didn't look like they had any troubles moving down the field. Man.
Yes, correct. Wow, big gamble. Let's see what happens.
Hansen. It's gonna be a punt. It's gonna be number 11, Braden Dornbos, who serves an excellent punt that keeps on rolling down in Hopkins territory, and it's finally down at the 3-yard line.
Wow. Rolling. You wouldn't know what that is neither.
Nope.
From time to time, I have fun with the young man because I am 65. And this kid's 16.
I think you're just saying stuff most of the time because I don't know you. I don't know.
No, I don't.
I don't get the analogy.
And that's okay. It's a totally different era. We grew up in totally different eras. Montague scores again to go up 14-0 on Fremont. 4:57 left in the first. I want to thank Larry Mansfield for that score.
And Fremont, who just came off a big victory over Orchard View a week ago.
Big victory. Scored a lot of points.
Yep.
All right, here. I have to stand up for a minute because the action's way on the other end.
Hopkins from their own 3. It's going to be a direct snap. Runs left. Taken down just near the left hash mark.
Then on that stop, number 84 there, he led that charge. And that's Yemenez, I think is what it's how you say it. Johnson Yemenez. Kind of those hyphenated 2 last names. They got 5 yards, though. Sets up that 2nd and 5 here. 5:10 left to play first quarter. Hopkins with a 7-0 lead. Miles?
We'll see if Hopkins can flip the field here and go 97 yards. Christian under center with 2 backers.
Right in the middle.
It's going to be a give.
And it went really nowhere. 52 led the charge for them. Ethan Riggs. Defensive lineman. He's a junior defensive lineman. He got more positive yardage, didn't he?
Yep.
I didn't think he got that much. They're going to set up a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. I'm thinking a designed run here, Cal.
I'm with you.
We've seen a few today, especially in that touchdown that they only needed a yard or 2.
If Fruitport could get a hold, you would certainly think Hopkins would punt from there.
Yep. Here we go. 3rd and 2. It's going to be a give to 6. And it looks like he's going to be tackled for a loss. Fruitport holds him in Hopkins territory.
Going to set up about 3.5 yards for a first down. And here comes the punt team here for Hopkins.
That was Wieringa on the carry.
Loss of 1 brings up 4th
So now Fruitport could get the ball back at midfield or maybe even on their end of the field or in the Hopkins end.
It's going to be Wieringa punting from his own end zone.
See what type of punter this kid is.
Cal, I've seen a punt on Instagram, I believe, that in high school that went 94 yards.
Oh, my.
So we'll see. Wieringa on the punt. That's a pretty darn good punt. It's going to be returned by Williams. Williams cuts it outside, misses a tackle, trucks a guy, finally taken down, but not before getting into inside Hopkins territory.
He ran a long ways to gain about 5 yards, did he not? So, yeah, we have Fruitport here going to have the ball 1st and 10 on the Hopkins. Where are they going to put it? 48?
I believe
If you
so.
put it on the 48, you're going to make me look good. Just set it down right there. Just set it down, Mr. Official.
Yep.
Well, he's taking a long time to set the ball down.
Nope.
Oh, he must have had a flag.
Yeah.
Did you see the flag?
I did not see
Me
the flag.
neither.
Nope.
So that's like a 10-yard penalty.
And essentially, that's a even better punt.
Yes. So Fruitport's going to have what, 1st and 10 on their end. They're 42.
Yep.
Driving back here to the north. Miles, take it away.
Hansen takes over in this Fruitport offense. 2 wide, and a backer to his right. It's a give. A little misdirection. Breaks the tackle, but taken down for maybe no gain.
Shaendorf, Cole Shaendorf, a senior defensive back. He comes up, wraps him up, and brings him right down. Yep, no gain. Sets up that 2nd and 10. We are down to 3:02 left to go here. First quarter. We do know Montague is up 14-0 over Fremont.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited for that Whitehall-Ludington score.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Miles here goes to Ludington.
2nd down. Hansen, give, up the middle. Finds an opening. Charges his way up the middle. And it looks like he's going to be a yard short of the 1st down.
But I tell you what, you want to talk about some hard running. That was hard running right there. And on that stop was Benting and number 45. Oh, boy. Merrick Sapolnik. Sorry, buddy.
For the Trojans.
Polnick. Something like that. Nice job, though.
Third
Stuck your
one.
head in there.
To give 1st down, Fruitport.
Protecting the ball carrier.
And now they got something going here on offense. Let's see if they can capitalize.
The Trojans doing a good job. They got a little bit of 1st down. They've gained about 15 yards here now on this drive. Let's see what happens here. If they can continue to get some positive yardage. Only thrown the ball, twice, I believe, so far. In almost a quarter. We're down to 150 left to go first quarter. Hopkins with the lead.
1st down, inside Hopkins territory. Got motion, number 11, it's a give to him. End around, finds an opening, jumps up the middle to the right side, and he is gone. Number 11, Braden Dornbos, touchdown Fruitport. And man, what an explosive run.
You called it. Explosive right there. He came out around that right side. He hit the corner, and he was gone. Nice blocking downfield. Good blocking at the point of attack. He had a nice clean lane when he turned the corner, turned on the Jets, found overdrive, and that was about 45 yards. So 45-yard touchdown run by the Trojans.
And that run got this Fruitport crowd surging. Not sure if that's a failed PAT or a fake. Either way, it's no good.
That was a failed PAT. So just like that, Fruitport answers, but they do not convert on the PAT. So here with about 1:33 left, Hopkins 7, Fruitport 6. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. And we're back here live. Look at that. The Trojans get on the board to make this a one-point game here right before the end of the first quarter. Fruitport kicking off. Miles, take it away.
Kick is away in a one-point ball game here in Fruitport. And that just missed the return guy into the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Mona Shores 14, Union nothing. Want to thank Arlene Russell for that. So we have Hopkins going to start out 1st and 10 on the 20 with 1:33 left to go here in the first quarter.
And we got a score from Whitehall, 7-0. Whitehall.
Okay. Does that make you smile a little bit?
I think their expectations, the Whitehall squad.
Yep.
I mean, just at the school today was they're gonna go in there and take care of business. So we'll see. First down for Hopkins. Christian in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his left. Motion from 7. 7 and on around. Fights his way for extra yards, and looks like he's going to get a first down.
He is going to get a first down.
That was number 7, Cole Shandorf.
That's all right. And number 6, I think, over there, Teeter.
Vikings.
He was one of the guys on that stop. Kalen Teeter's uncle is Mike Teeter, who was an incredible athlete here that went on to play at the University of Michigan for Bo Schembechler, and then had a nice career in the NFL.
Awesome.
The nephew of the great Mike Teeter.
It's going to be a first down for Hopkins. 2 receivers to the right, along with the running back. It's going to be a give to 6. Wieringa taken down by a great tackle from the Fruitport defender, Brandon Dornbos.
Yeah, Dornbos doing a nice job there. That defensive back wrapping him up and bringing him down for no gain. We are down to 28 seconds. That might be the last play of the quarter. We'll have to see. Ball still on the far side, on the left hash mark, furthest away from us.
Second down.
I always tell myself I'm going to bring Windex when I come to stadiums.
Yeah,
They clean the windows. Where's your window?
Looks like it is going to be the last play. Hopkins and Fruitport squads heading to their sidelines.
All right, with that, we'll take a timeout. You're listening to KLLB Media. We'll be right back.
Vikings of Hopkins.
Muskegon is awesome because you get a little bit of everything. We're right here we're close to the lake. We're right here, so our views are awesome. We have the city that's coming up it's building up within the city. A lot of new businesses, a lot of new buildings being built. If you want a little bit of the country scene, we still have that, but yet you're 5 minutes away from, a shopping place or, groceries, but still can be secluded a little bit from, if you're not liking the city life, you go out to Fruitport and get a little country style, but yet, you got everything right here. It's always a good time to be a homeowner.
And we are back here in Fruitport, where we have a 1-point ball game between Hopkins and Fruitport. And Cal, we got a score from the Muskegon Reese Puffer game.
Oh, the Big Reds?
Muskegon 7, Reese Puffer 0.
Okay.
In the first quarter still, I believe.
Both teams needing a win, do they not?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for their playoff hopes, that'd just be very vital.
So we've kind of flipped the field here.
It'll be held
In a game, Cal, where I believe Reese Puffer hasn't won since 1999.
at the Trillium Event Center.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
So. And here we go, Hopkins on the other side now of the field. With a receiver out wide, along with the running back. It's going to be a fake and a rollout.
Boy, he was under duress, the quarterback was.
Yep.
Wow, and I tell you what, who was after him? That's the big old number 84, Johnson Jimenez, doing a nice job of ended up wrapping him up and bringing him down, but not before he could quite just get away from it or get the pass off.
And Cal, we also have a score from Orchard View, or from Hart, but Orchard View and Hart, 8-8 ball game. So we got a tied game there.
All right, nice to see the Cardinals get on the board.
Yep. We got North Muskegon leading Ravenna 7-0.
Okay, thank you. Good job. Here we go.
Third down, another third down. It's going to be an end-around sweep to number 7, Shandorf.
And he is short.
Going
to be about 3 yards.
On the stop, number 52.
2.5 yards. Yeah, he's going to be about 2.5 yards on that. Sets up that fourth down. So now we've seen Hopkins go for it on 4th and 1 and get up on one of the a guy from Fruitport jumped off sides. What's going to happen here? Actually, they moved it now to about a 4th and 2. Well, I tell you what, they can stop them. Fruitport will get the ball back with great field position.
Because it looks like these guys are going to go for it. 4th and 2 in their own territory. Steps back a few yards. Could be a punt here. It is. Christian punts it right straight up in the air, and it comes right back, and that's going to be...
Yeah, it'll be downed right there. It'll be downed right there. Now what happened was a Fruitport guy grabbed the ball, and then a Fruitport guy grabbed the ball, so it's a live ball. Okay, let's see what the officials are going to say. And then we had a Hopkins guy take it away, which would be Hopkins football, but now they're going to say Fruitport ball. Wow. I did not. We're so far away, but they're going to say Fruitport ball.
It's probably no doubt the craziest thing I've seen in my broadcasting career. Granted, it's only been 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. Well, when you see the bounce pass and the 30 years of doing this and probably 1,200 and some games now, maybe closing in on 1,300. I think I've seen about everything. I've seen the bounce pass in one game, a bounce pass, so backwards lateral, but off the grass, and then that wide receiver threw a touchdown pass. Same game, punt return for a touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown, long touchdowns. It was a track meet the whole game, and it ended up being like 42-35.
Gotcha.
And that got done like at 10-10. Just an epic game.
Insane.
Here we go, Trojans.
To our 51 viewers out there, 7-6. Hopkins leads Fruitport. Hanson drops back to pass, looking right, sideline. Intended for Dornbos. Just off the mark, and that's a touchdown if he can land it in the breadbasket.
Well, he had that defensive back kind of right behind him, so I think he had to, at that point, lay it out in front of him more. I think if he would have threw it short, could have been intercepted, so he had to get it out in front of him.
And Cal, the age-old saying, you want to put it in a place where only your guy can get it.
That's correct.
Even if it's tough to bring in, you don't want any shot for the defender.
And you know what? Sometimes a pass will help set up a run.
Right, and here we see a run. Hanson, it's a give. A big, strong run for about 7.
Yeah, Fruitport's number 45 was the PA. Even the PA guy struggles with that name a little bit. Merrick Zaponik is what I'm going to go with. Zlaponic, something like that. That's a tongue twister.
This is going to be a 3rd down for Fruitport. Motion from Dornbos. Takes a snap. It's a give to him. The Hopkins defense rallies to the ball and holds him short of the 1st down.
I tell you what. Poloski. Poloski. And on that, he grabbed him, he wrapped him up, and he brought him down. Nice job there by Noah. He's a sophomore defensive lineman. Noah isn't playing great. So 4th and 3. What would it be? They don't look like they're going to try to kick it. 7-6. Hopkins, 9:30 left to go, 2nd quarter.
In a game that's been primarily, the run game.
Yeah,
Why not go for the ball?
Yeah.
Go for it here.
Well, it's definitely 4-down territory, is it not?
Oh, for sure. We're going to get a stoppage. Timeout Fruitport.
Going to get a timeout by Fruitport. So here we go, Miles. You went to Game 3 of the playoffs.
Game 3 of the playoffs.
For the Tigers. What was that like?
Man, the atmosphere was unlike any other baseball game I've ever been to.
Okay.
Let alone probably football game. Your football games get pretty rowdy compared to baseball, but I don't think I've ever been in a crowd just like passionate for one team as I did that game. And as a passionate fan myself, it was really cool to watch playoff baseball in Detroit.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, first time in 10 years, we've had playoff baseball in Detroit.
Yeah. Yep. And then, going to Game 5 tomorrow. Tariq Skubal, the ace, on the bump. I feel like I like our chances. I really do.
He is an incredible pitcher, is he not?
And so I think he's the best in the league.
Yeah.
Not being biased or anything. I just think he's the whole package.
So here we go, 4th and 3. Nate Smith and company wanted to take a look at it. They got their play. They've called it. They figured it out. Let's see what it does.
And this goes both ways. A big conversion for Fruitport or a big stop for Hopkins.
Yeah.
Here we go, 4th and 3.
Look at Fruitport maybe go hard count and try to get Hopkins to jump.
Yep. Got motion?
That motion, yes. Yeah. We had the wrong guy jump. We had a guy go in motion, and at the same time we had another guy jump, and that doesn't work. So now it's going to make it about a 4th and 8.
And no doubt that changes Nate Smith's plan.
Yes.
Definitely. I mean, I still see these guys going for it, but.
Ball is resting at the Vikings 29-yard line.
All right.
4th and 8. We got a bunch package to the left with Dornbos to the right. It's a rollout to his right. Hansen scrambles up the middle, fighting his way for extra yards, but I don't think he's going to get
short.
it.
Yeah, he's going to be way short.
And Hopkins takes over with the ball and the lead
Well,
here in the second quarter.
Two costly penalties. The first one, when Hopkins is a 4th and 2 and a Fruitport guy jumped, and then on that one, he had Fruitport 4th and 2, 4th and 3. They're going for it. And then you have a motion penalty. So a couple of tough breaks there for the Fruitport Trojans.
Yep.
And it's going to set up Hopkins at 9:13 left to go second quarter, 7-6 with the lead. We've seen Hopkins move at 70 yards on their first possession, but Fruitport forced them to punt the last one. Let's see what happens.
2 running backs in the backfield. Christian, it's going to be a give to Wieringa. Runs right.
Wieringa, the ball carrier.
Gain about 6.
Number 6.
Trying to find out who's on the bottom. Who's on the bottom of that pile? 40-something. Oh, come on, you got to come free. 45 on the bottom.
Second down.
And that is Crow. Carson Crow. We don't want the guy that jumps on the top. We want the guy who's in the bottom.
Right.
He's the one that's done most of the dirty work.
Second down and a few. Christian takes a snap. It's a give to his running back. Powers his way up the middle. And that's a really strong run for Hopkins' first down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, nice job there by Hopkins' offensive line. You know, this line is not big here for Hopkins, but they're solid, they're strong, their strength is impressive. And they just move guys back, and these running backs, all these running backs here for Hopkins, they just hit the hole hard, and they just keep moving forward. Shoulders square, legs churning, they just get more and more positive yards.
And there's not just 1 or 2 of these guys. There's probably about 4 or 5 guys that they've given the ball to this game. So it's going to be a first down. Christian, it's going to be a give up the middle. What a fullback dive for getting about 4.
And that's what Hopkins does, 3, 4, 5 yards at a time.
Number 75.
And on that stop is going to be Hicks, Jonathan Hicks, a senior. Got a couple updates here. Fremont gets on the board to make it 14-8, but Montague turns right around and answers. It's 21-8 now with 13 seconds left to go in the first quarter. I got that just a little bit ago. And Mona Shores 21, Union nothing. Miles?
And this Hopkins offense and rushing attack, Cal, really reminds me of Shelby basketball for some reason.
Okay.
Keeping it old school, running the good old run and shoot with Rick Zulak and company.
Yeah. Well, you know what that is? Fundamentals.
Yep.
Fundamentals. Rick Zulik is a incredible fundamental basketball coach at Shelby. Year in and year out, he just does so many great things. And this team here for Hopkins is fundamentally sound.
Oh yeah.
We had Brandon Dornbos, a senior, in on that stop here for Fruitport, but now it's 1st and 10 again here.
Right at
Hopkins.
midfield. 1st and 10. Christian's a give to Wieringa. Wieringa finds a hole to the right side with a solid gain of 8 yards. And this Hopkins offense is continuing to move the chains and picking up, as you were saying, 5, 6, 7 yards.
Yeah. teetering on that stop, but not before Hopkins once again
Down and 2.
picks up more positive yardage. 8 yards on that play. See if I can figure out all these linemen here. I know there's 61 is out there. They're not big, but they're strong.
Right. Hopkins breaks the huddle. They've got their play on 2nd and short. Christian under center. A few guys in the backfield. Wide receiver out wide to the left. It's going to be a give to Wieringa again. Cuts right, cuts back left, and taken down for a tackle for loss by this Fruitport defense.
Williams doing a nice job in there, shooting in there, wrapping them up and bringing them down. It's going to be a loss. Going to set up about a, what do you want to call that, 3rd and 3?
Yep, looks like 3rd and 3.
5:35 left to go first half. Hopkins 7, Fruitport 6. Ball's on the Fruitport side of the field here for Hopkins. Got to believe now they will go for it. This is a two down possession here for Hopkins.
3rd and short for Hopkins. Christian takes the snap. It's another give to Wieringa. Make that 3 in a row. And taken down.
He got nowhere
for no gain. And that leaves Hopkins with a big 4th down decision.
He's slow to get up. He got hit pretty hard. Good defense right there that time by the Fruitport Trojans. He got tagged when he turned the corner. He really somebody got him. Tagged him good.
Looks like he's going to remain in the game, Wieringa.
North Muskegon 13, Ravenna nothing. And we're going to get a timeout here. So, here we go. We'll keep it right here. 4:40 left to go in the first half. Hopkins 7, Fruitport 6. Do you have any scores for us?
Yeah, so we got Ludington kicking a field goal
to
make it 7-3 Whitehall.
All right.
Not sure where we're at in the game. But we got 7-3 Whitehall in what looks to be the conference championship in the Lakes Division of the WMC.
Okay, Mona Shores, Muskegon. What do you like that?
Let's see here.
Oh, I had the Shore score a little bit, but go ahead. Go ahead.
We're in second quarter, but still Muskegon leads 7-0.
All right, I got Mona Shores 21-0.
Okay.
So I was still in the first quarter. That was a little while ago. So 4th and 3 here for Hopkins. And they are on the Fruitport 43. They're in the 43. Let's see what happens. They got to get right to the 40.
4th and short, shotgun formation for Hopkins. It's Christian going up the middle, and I think it's going to be a first down Hopkins. It is.
Tell you what, that offensive line doing a great job. Wow, they are moving guys around up there. So I figured out a couple of them, Brown and Pavlik. All right, 2 of the guys up there.
And despite this Fruitport crowd getting loud and rowdy, Hopkins offense remains on the field and moves the chains.
And just keeps working on that clock. One thing about it, if you're playing offense like that, you're playing offense and defense at the same time.
Yep.
Cadena Brothers Pizzeria in Cloverville.
Here we go. 1st and 10.
Christian's the rollout pass going over the top and through the hands of intended wide receiver number 12, Steingold.
Wow. I tell you what, Fruitport caught a break there. The funny thing is, I thought he was lined up as a tackle. That was 12. Must be I just didn't see the tackle. I come trying to start to get numbers. And I thought he was lined up 2 to the side of the center. And then all of a sudden I seen him leave and go out. And I thought, but maybe that's that unbalanced line that they use.
And every once in a while, this Vikings offense will get you for a pass.
Yeah.
And that's the true gold in running the football. So it's gonna be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Christian under center. Got motion by 7. It's gonna be a give to 26. 26 bolts his way up the middle for a solid gain, about 7 yards.
On the stop of the Trojans, number 44.
Yep. Find that. Easton
Brings up
Fett
third down
in on that
and
stop.
5 for the Vikings.
Junior linebacker. Third and, a long 3.
So I'll see if this Fruitport defense can finally hold these guys on a third down. I believe I think four third down conversions, 4 or 5 third down conversions.
Tell you what's more than 3.
Yep. Third down to give, but this Fruitport defensive front is all over it.
Wagner, the ball carrier.
Oh, it certainly is. I tell you what, he got positive yardage, though, did he not?
Crow.
That was Van Wagner on the run. And that sets up another 4th down
Brings up 4th
for this offense.
Yeah, Yemena's in there again. And Carson Crow, bottom of that pile. 4th and about, now it's 4th and 3. 4th and 3, 7-6. Hopkins with the lead, down to 2:40 left to go in the first half.
I feel like just a second ago we were at 9 minutes.
Yes. Well, that's that run. You know, the ball clock keeps running.
4th down, shotgun formation. It's a direct snap and a run up the middle. 1st down Hopkins, and they keep the chains moving.
It's like they just can't stop it. You know, you kind of got to respect the pass a little bit because they've thrown a couple of passes, so you got to respect it.
Yep.
But that offensive line, they're not big, they're not road graders, but they're efficient. They're moving the Fruitport line and linebackers off of that line of scrimmage, and they're picking up positive yardage.
This offense is almost allergic to getting stuffed on 4th downs.
Yeah. And you know what? They play hard. Them backs run hard. We've been talking about that, how hard they run.
It's going to
be 1st and down, first and 10 in Fruitport territory, inside the 30. So give up the middle. Van Wagner, gain of a couple.
And on that stop, first guy there, 56 for them. That's going to be Carrillo. Caden Carrillo in on that stop. Nice job by him, shucking a block. Yep. Getting in there and getting after that. But 2nd and 7.
Just over $130 in this first half.
Okay. Hopkins would like to punch one in. I don't know if they have a field goal kicker.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to imagine they'd have to start throwing the ball here if they really want to move this ball about 26 yards. It's going to be a roll-up pass to his right, firing, incomplete. Intended for number 12, Steingold again.
Coverage was Williams.
Number 12, Steingold.
It's going to set up another 3rd down.
But stops the clock.
Right.
So 1:10 left to go here before halftime. 3rd and 8, 1:10 left to go. And they have 2 timeouts left, I think, as I know they took one early. I might have 1 left. I think they got 1 left.
Third and 8. Hopkins breaks the huddle. Shotgun formation for Christian and the crew. 2 to his left. It's going to be a rollout to his left. Evading rushers. Pass over the middle, incomplete, just over the head of number 2, Cody Benting.
And Kalen Teeter in on that stop here defensively. So 4th down. And we're going to get officials timeout for some. Oh, we got a Hopkins guy down. We have a Hopkins lineman, it looks like. Oh, he's got a cramp. Now, I mean, I wouldn't want that, but you'd always see that early in the season. It's week 7, isn't it?
Right.
Don't see many cramps in week 7.
And Kyle, I actually believe that's quarterback Christian.
Is that what it is? Good call. So while he's getting worked on here, what is the Hopkins coach telling these guys right now? Take us in that huddle quick. You got 30 seconds to make a call.
It really depends on the coach if he wants to. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to go for it unless they have a field goal kicker, which it's going to be a roll-up pass of some sort.
But your quarterback just went out.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So he's coming out for a play. We know he's not going back in. So
this will be interesting.
This is a very interesting call.
Because on our roster we got, it doesn't show a backup quarterback.
Yeah. That's like a 40-yard field goal from here, 41 yards. So here we go.
But it looks like it's going to be 6. Wieringa taking the snap. Wieringa, designed run up the middle, cuts right, tripped up, and it's going to be a 4th down stop for Fruitport.
On the stop.
First down that way. Or did I hear you wrong?
Fourth down stop.
Oh, 4th down stop. That speaker right there, I kind of lose you, especially when I stand up. Good
Yeah.
call on that. Good call. I think that was Riggs over there and on that stop. Now, the speaker is right, like I could touch it almost.
Yeah.
So when it gets exciting, it's a little bit harder to hear you. My wife tells me all the time, get hearing aids. I'm like, what? I didn't hear you. Yeah. Oh, we are down to 1 minute left here in the first half. What's Fruitport going to do, I wonder?
I think they're going to pass the ball, especially
Okay.
with Hopkins, showing a lot of runs. I don't think they're afraid of them getting the ball back and scoring. So it is going to be a run, though. It's going to be the freshman number 0, Liam Campbell,
Yep.
2028 grad.
Haima.
Brown.
And Haima was the first one there, Blake Haima. And Milo Brown.
Gain of 1.
Clock running
Second
down to
down
42 seconds.
and 9.
And it looks like maybe they're just going to be content to
Right.
run this out here for a minute.
Hanson takes the snap, and it's a give up the middle, but Fruitport does pick up a 1st down here.
Positive
It's gonna
yardage.
be
We got
3.
time. We have to.
Kotecki.
Yep.
On the stop, number 10,
Positive yardage here.
SB.
So the officials have stopped the clock so the chains can get moved.
But Fruitport not taking a timeout.
They kept the clock running. Normally you stop it. They kept it running.
Yeah, we have 10 seconds left. It's going to be the last play of the first half. A give
Kotecki, ball carrier.
and taken down, and that takes us to halftime.
Stop
With the
is
score,
number 59.
Hopkins 7, Fruitport 6.
It's a defensive battle here in homecoming for the Fruitport Trojans. I'll tell you what, since it's homecoming here, we are going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes. You're listening to high school football on KLLB Media. I tell you what, for your listening pleasure here tonight, for a little bit here at halftime, we're going to let you listen and watch to the Fruitport Band. We'll be back. Yes, sir. Is it Cadena? Yeah. Well, hey, come back and look live.
Can you not steal her from me?
I can feel a lot now.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, we should make a start. We should make a start.
Basically,
I do not.
said I have to go
You know what? Of course you would know that. Of course you would know that.
They got pizza.
Loki, I've had people say that I like both sides and still not winning. Maybe that was a guy.
Probably. Just asking them.
What, Eddie?
I'll get time.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that one?
I have so many daddies like him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, such a wide variety. Everybody wants it. Barbecue is great. And it's the way you flip your hair, you know, you do it so naturally. He's like, oh. He's like, I just can't help myself.
Not Aaron Thomas.
skating arms reach over to touch me.
It's only in a
Okay, that's fine.
You know how to hit the button. You know how to hit the button. You know what button to hit to make it just you and I? Yeah. Okay, yeah, go ahead and hit that. Okay. And we're back here live at halftime at Fruitport Trojans. It's homecoming festivities there. We have a special guest here in the press box with us, David Cadena. And David, welcome in.
Thanks for having me.
So, David, I know you own Cadena's Pizza. Had some of that the other night. It was delicious. So, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
So, I'm from Fruitport. I'm a 2019 graduate here. Yeah, I mean, I've lived in Muskegon basically my whole life, and you know, kind of how we started with the pizza place was my first day in the food industry.
Yes,
was our grand opening. So I was as green could be when it comes to pizza and all that. Yeah. But my brother, on the other hand, he went to culinary school and that was his dream. Well, my offensive line coach in high school was Mario Flores.
Yes.
So he used to own a pizza place back in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Okay.
So when he found out my brother wanted to open up a restaurant, he was like, hey, I got a pizza place or a pizza idea. He's like, I got all these recipes. And and so my brother and him kind of got together, and you know they've done a fantastic job. My brother can cook his butt off. Mario's business sense is awesome, and I'm good with people. So it's a trifecta of all three of us working together in all strengths. So.
Yeah, I tell you what, like you said, strengths. And if you have three of you, if you each use your own strength, you're going to be successful. So tell me a little bit about you. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
My biggest thing is I love coaching. So I coach at the middle school here. I'm really involved in Fruitport in the community, and I coach the 8th grade football team, and so that's honestly what I do the most.
Yeah.
Another hobby of mine kind of is my profession. I'm in the mortgage business. So me and Mario, we work together over at VanDyk Mortgage, and you know, just help him with really anything he needs, everything from writing mortgages to calling realtors to all that jazz. Just helping people get into a home that never thought it was possible. So,
and with the mortgage market's a little bit tight right now with the interest rates the way they are.
Oh my goodness,
has that been a hindrance to you?
Yeah. So when I got licensed to be a loan originator, was just at the tail end of the 2% and 3% interest rates.
Okay.
So. I've known nothing but hard, essentially, in this industry. Everybody was talking about, you know, how easy it was during 2020. I never got to, unfortunately, see that. I've seen the 6, 7, and 8% interest rates that have kind of crippled the mortgage business. But you know, that's kind of what I love about it. It's a challenge.
Gotcha. All right, so let's talk about the football game. 7-6, Hopkins with the lead over your Trojans. Take us in the locker room. What's Nate Smith telling these guys here at halftime?
I think the biggest thing that he's going to talk about is just the finish. You know, this game is far from over. I think the first half they played really well. I think they matched the physicality of Hopkins. I was talking to Mario, actually. He said that Hopkins reminds him a lot of old school Fruitport, of just smash mouth football. Just they're going to be in your face, and they're just going to come at you in waves. And, you know, the boys have absolutely responded. But just, honestly, he's going to be in there. He's going to tell them, hey, game's far from over. We need to finish it. But hasn't been a perfect first half, but, you know, I bet you those boys are excited, so probably calm them down a little bit, and, you know, let's finish this football game.
We got you. Now take us in the locker room of Hopkins, their coach. What do you think he's telling his guys?
Probably just keep chopping. I mean, just keep on getting after. I mean, that's kind of what they do. If you look at their scores throughout the years, they're not the team that's going to score 50, 60 points. They're going to just slowly just keep on just coming after you and try to wear you down. And Fruitport's got to continue to just keep on bringing it in the first half, or second half. So I think the second half is going to be very good, and you know, I'm excited to see who prevails.
What can Fruitport do to stop this run game of Hopkins because they're getting 4 or 5 yards just about every carry. You've stopped them a few times, but they're picking up positive yardage almost every run.
Yeah. So the biggest thing with the wing tee and kind of the gun tee, what they'll do is you just got to be disciplined. You've got to, your tackles got to punch the shoulders, squeeze gaps, and they can't over penetrate. Linebackers have to flow. So it's one of those offenses where if you're not disciplined defensively, you'll get torched. If you're disciplined, it's kind of tough because what they'll do is they'll overload sides with pulling guards, and then they'll have that wing come in, and now you've got 3 or 4 lead blockers. So just continue to flow, continue to be disciplined, and kind of just try basically slow them down.
Yeah. I seen Hopkins earlier in their first drive when they went about 70 yards for a touchdown. They are out here about midfield, maybe the Fruitport 45, and I seen their guard pop out and came around and pulled it. He picked off a couple of guys. That's what, I kind of helped let Hopkins get that 15-yard, 20-yard run for a big first down. Those pulling linemen are good.
Yeah. Well, and the biggest thing defensively is your linebackers have to be reading those guards and flowing accordingly. And if they're standing there while that guard pulls, well, now you're out leveraged on the edge.
Again, last call on this ticket number, then I'm going to draw.
You'll see what happens at 15 yards there.
Yeah.
Last call for 916732.
Gotcha. One thing about you take a look at this. I have seen Fruitport back in the day numerous times here in the earlier 2000s, 2005 to probably 2012. Yeah, you got some good seasons over here. And John and I were over here quite a bit, but have also seen Hopkins in the playoffs, and they haven't changed much.
No.
I mean, we're going to run the ball. That's our MO, and they still continue to do it well.
Yeah, well, biggest thing is great wing tee programs, or just great programs in general, from the top to bottom. They're unified. I remember I had a chance to talk with a football coach over at Unity Christian, and he was telling me from the 3rd grade up, they're running their style of the wing tee, and they're terrible in the 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade they get a little bit better, 6th grade, 7th grade now they're starting things to happen, 8th grade. By the time they're in high school, they're so used to this, they've seen all types of defenses, and they're able to react to it. And I think the same goes for Hopkins. They're well coached. Their head football coach was actually my coach in the All-Star game, over the Addicts All-Star game back in 2019. And so I got to talk to him for a little bit back then, and he kind of got to tell me a little bit about his program and why he runs it. And, they're disciplined. It's a great football team. And like I said, they're going to come at you at waves, and they're going to be physical.
What's a cool thing here of Fruitport that people don't realize? There's a question for you.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think people fail to realize how close and tight-knit this community is.
Okay.
They love football. They absolutely love football. And they come out and they support, and they're really excited and passionate. And I think that's one thing that probably doesn't get enough credit here. Two that's also been forgotten is that this is still a very proud football program. I mean, we've had some great seasons, we've had some not so great seasons, but historically, Coach Wilson had some fantastic years here. Coach Smith has had a couple good years here, and and even Coach Vargas had a few decent teams as well. And so the biggest thing is just, I think what's hurt Fruitport a little bit is just the low senior numbers the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And those numbers are increasing now in the younger levels, and so that's exciting to see as an alumni. And so we'll see.
I'm going to throw a name at you.
Throw it.
Mike Teeter.
Legend. Everybody that goes to Fruitport know who Mike Teeter is. That was a little bit before my time. I was born in 2001. He was in the 90s. But,
yes.
I've heard stories of just how physical and nasty he was.
Yeah,
dominant, right?
Yes.
And then going to play for Bo Schemblecher at Michigan, and he's
the NFL.
Yeah, NFL. Yeah, he's what you want from an offensive lineman to come out of here.
Yeah.
So he's everything that Fruitport embodies.
Yep, and he represents your community well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a development, great Christian guy. I've got to know him well here the last few years, And it's just a good dude, man. He just is a great man.
He's huge. That first time I ever met him, his neck was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I could tell he was a football player.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, if I remember right, he was on pace. He was on course to try to set the NFL bench press record. And I think at that time it was 700 pounds, and he was at 640.
Yeah.
So he was going after it.
Oh, yeah.
I could not imagine benching 640 pounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't even deadlift that back in my. That's just crazy to think benching that is just nuts.
Awesome. So we are in the 3-minute stretch here. We're down to about 45 seconds. So, young man, hey, it's been just great visiting with you. And I'll tell you, I'll be back. I'll get some more pizzas from Cadena Pizza, and keep working on those marketing skills. Miles, you're hired. You're hired. Keep working on those skills that you have, and your brother, and good luck with your business over there, Cadena Pizza. And we appreciate you guys being a sponsor a lot. So, all right, nice seeing you. Yep, thanks for your time.
Yes,
yep, have a great evening.
You as well.
Enjoy your time up there.
Oh,
he's up on top. All right, we're going to get Miles wired back up. Miles brings me water. Thank you, Miles.
Yep,
You're getting that boy for that.
I thought I'd never get back. That line was long down there.
It was long. Sometimes if you sneak in the side, see if you had to pass on, you could sneak in a side door and
probably get a pizza.
And probably get a pizza. So, all right, we're going to be back to action here because the halftime is over. I think they're going to do the festivities afterwards.
For your 2024
Miles,
Fruitport Trojans.
What do you got for me?
All righty.
You didn't bring me M&Ms, did you?
No, I did not. But I did bring you the second half of football, which we have Hopkins 7, Fruitport 6, in a game which Fruitport's really holding their own here.
They are.
Especially against a really good, Hopkins team.
Yeah. Talked to David Cadena here. That was nice. Cadena Pizzas here for a little bit during halftime. That was fun.
Yep. And it's going to be Fruitport on to return with Hopkins kicking off deep.
Well, I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. I'm pretty sure I know what Hopkins is going to do. Run the football. They're going to keep on doing what they're doing, hoping to try to finish. And I think we're going to see Fruitport try to finish their drives also.
Yep, and I think Fruitport's going to start passing the rock a little more.
Okay.
Their defense is bending, but they're not breaking.
That is correct. And you know what? A good return here would really help set them up for a score and to try to get the lead.
Also back there, number 10.
Yep. Hey, Miles, do me a favor. Bring your mouthpiece in a little bit closer. There you go. Thank you. It might help me hear you a little bit better.
Okay.
Remember, I'm old.
Right.
For the homecoming.
That's what we're going to say. I'm just old. I'm not going to say I'm real old. I'm just going to say I'm old.
Right. We got 14-3 with Whitehall and Ludington. Whitehall leading. As the kick is away.
That's a live ball, guys.
And Williams picks it up with a gain about 5.
On the stop for the Vikings, number 26.
Well, let me see. I've got to put my glasses back on. That helps. Where'd they go? Oh, they're right here. Don't lose those.
Right.
So Fruitport's going to have the ball. 1st and 10 underway here in the third quarter. 7-6. Hopkins with the lead. Let's see what the Trojans can do on this drive. Ball's on what, the 29?
Yep, 29-yard line. Fruitport territory. Hopkins has also held their own on defense.
That they have.
Only giving up that lone touchdown on a great run, explosive run.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but he hit the Gornboss. Yep. Thank you. He hit the corner, and he was gone.
Oh, yeah. So let's see what they do here. Hansen passing quick route to the left side, little screen pass to number 11, Dornbos.
And he steps out of bounds when he's seeing the defense coming down on him. Tell you what, I thought that would be a first down, but it's not. He got 9 on that. Of course, that was actually a backwards lateral pass.
Yeah.
So he ran so far, I thought he ran like 15 yards, but because it was a backwards lateral, he only ended up getting 9. I want to say 9. That sets up a beautiful 2nd and 1 here for Fruitport.
2nd and 1. It's going to be another give. Up the middle, first down. Fruitport. Chains continue to roll as that's the freshman, Liam Campbell.
Shaendorf in on that stop there defensively. Tell you what, Montague's in a battle over there. 28-24, Montague at the half. Fremont ball to begin the second half. Thank you, Larry Mansfield.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Okay.
First down. Fruitport threatening to get across the 50. And they get close with this run. But down at the 50.
Oh, leading the charger, number 10, Adam Ashby, I think is what it is. Also, number 45, that's Merrick Zapoling.
In comes number 7. Out goes number 4 for Fruitport. One receiver to the right with a slot closest to the line. It's going to be a little counter reverse run to Dornbos. And the Hopkins defense rallied to the football for no gain.
Nash Miller read that play perfectly, stayed home, and he gets rewarded with a sack. I'm sorry, a tackle almost for loss. They give him a good spot, going to move it back to third, back to the line of scrimmage. So about 3rd and 6 here. A little promising drive there all of a sudden for Fruitport. Turns into a 3rd and 6.
Yep. 3rd down, big 3rd down. Fruitport hurries to the line. Hansen in shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hansen back to pass, looks left, under duress, fires, and into a Hopkins defender's arms for the interception.
Number 3.
Number 3. It's going to be Caden Brown, and that gives the football back to Hopkins.
Yeah, not a costly turnover, but a turnover Fruitport did not want. They definitely had a little bit of momentum. They were starting to move the ball down the field. And that 3rd down ends up in that interception there. A nice play there by, like you said, Caden Brown. Read that perfectly, stayed back, came up, got it, wrapped it up, and then went down to make sure that's just a great play by Brown.
I feel like that was bound to happen with this Hopkins defense. They've had great coverage throughout the whole game, and a few passes have been close to intercepted. So, you see that there, and then take over here.
I tell you what, that running back hit that line, and he carried about 4 Trojans with him for positive yardage that time.
I believe that's going to be Wieringa, who is the number 1 back here. We see multiple ball carriers for Hopkins, but that seems to be their number 1 guy.
Yeah, and look at he's got 6 yards.
Yep.
And he was escorted out of bounds by a whole pack of Fruitport Trojans. But how many times have we seen Hopkins? 1st down, 2nd down, 4 or 5 yards. I mean, they're just chunking away, running against this Fruitport defense.
Right. It's gonna be 2nd down, close to midfield.
Middle.
It's gonna be give up the middle.
And once again, whistles
pushing.
Oh, they're gonna push him to a 1st down.
1st down, Hopkins. Wow.
Fruitport stopped. The Fruitport player stopped. They thought the whistle was gonna sound. And a couple of linemen came up, got a little bit of a push.
Vikings.
And it's going to be a Viking 1st down.
Wow. Surprised they didn't blow it dead there, Cal.
I'm shocked they didn't blow it dead.
Regardless, it's going to be Hopkins football across midfield.
And I think that's what happened. I even think the Fruitport players thought they were going to blow it dead. But then all of a sudden you had a little bit of a surge, and Hopkins gets the 1st down.
Yep. 1st and 10. Across the 50 for Hopkins.
Out on the right side with number 3.
Caden Brown. Fresh off of interception.
Yep. Making that stop for them, number 44, Fett. Houston Fett for the Fruitport Trojans. Did we have a visitor?
Yep. He forgot his phone in here.
Oh, David.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, we could have had fun with that. We could have randomly started calling people.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have for sure.
Oh, it's going to be 2nd down, 2nd and about 7.5, 8 yards here for Hopkins.
Should have just asked Siri to call Mom or something like that.
Hey, Mom, how you doing?
2nd down. Motion left. It's going to be give up the middle to Van Wagner. Gain of a couple.
Bottom of the pile is going to be Riggs. Ethan Riggs also in there. Chase Rosema. 7:29 left to go. 3rd quarter. Hopkins 7, Fruitport 6. And it has been that way for a long, long time. Neither team has scored in probably about 2 quarters of play here now.
Third down. Many, many third down conversions for Hopkins.
Yes.
Today. Here we go, third down. Crucial. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers split out wide. Wieringa comes in motion. It's going to be an end around. Breaks a few tackles with that second effort. I think it'll be a first down Hopkins.
They had him, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had him in the backfield. They had him at the line of scrimmage, and he just squirted away for that first down.
First down.
My goodness, these guys are so hard to tackle. They had him in the backfield.
And the electronic ball marker flips over from 4 to 1. It's going to be first down Hopkins. First down, across the 40, into Fruitport territory. I'll give to Wieringa. Jukes left, Jukes right. Spins for a gain of 8, 7 or 8.
And Miles, good call. Want to know why?
Why?
He juked left and he juked right. Great call. I was watching it with my trusty binoculars. Nice job on that. Great call. Dornbos and Rosema in on the stop. 2nd and 7. Now 5:50 left to go, third quarter. Still 7-6 Hopkins. And now as time chips away, the missed PAT or
oh yeah,
that
Man.
not making that conversion, it starts to loom more and more.
Second down, inside 5.5. And Hopkins keeps the chains moving into the 25.
For the Trojans, number 16.
Blair
24
Zimmer.
yard line.
Yep, Blair Zimmer on that stop defensively. Well, once again, like you said, another first down, 1st and 10. Clock down to 5:13, third quarter.
So essentially, Fruitport started with the ball, quick interception, and Hopkins has controlled this whole third quarter since.
They have. Yeah, Fruitport's had just a handful of plays.
Yep.
Got maybe 2 first downs, and since then, it's been all Hopkins.
The Vikings inside, the Trojans 25-yard line. We've got motion left. It's going to be a fake give and a keeper. Up past the 20. And another solid 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him 5.
5, okay.
He fell forward, but I think his knee went down. It looks like, maybe 5.5. And they're just, as I call it, chunking. They're chunking away. Going to set up that 2nd and 6.
They take close to 45 seconds to a minute per play, or about 45 seconds per play.
Yeah, down here to about the 4:10 mark. So, it's going to be under 4 by the time they snap.
Yeah, well, I believe we were just over 5 before that last play.
Yeah, they got the lead. They're using the clock, are they not?
Second down. Christian rolls left, cuts back inside. First down, Hopkins.
On the stop for the Trojans.
I am not so certain that wasn't a broken play. How about 2 or 3 Trojans there to make the stop. He went to hand off, and then he turned like he was going to hand it off. He went to fake the handoff, turned to hand it off, and there was nobody there, and he just tucked it up and ran. They ran for a first down.
Yeah.
Down to 3:30 left in this quarter.
Wow, that's insane. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Trojans 14.
I've seen drives go 9 minutes.
Wow.
In the past. I don't know if I've ever seen one go 10, and I don't think this has been 10, but it's been a while.
Pretty close, yeah. First down give to the right side.
On the ball carrier.
Not much
on the
doing.
For the Trojans, number 52.
It's just the bottom of the pile. Getting up, that's 52. Riggs, Ethan Riggs, senior.
And 8.
So
it almost feels like it's a running clock, Cal.
You do, yeah. So 2nd and 8. Did not quite give up the 5 yards they've been giving up. but definitely, as we all know, it's 4-down territory here. Unless you got that field goal kicker. I mean, they have a kicker because kicked that PAT and did a nice job on that.
And that, I don't know if it's the same guy, but the punt was pretty solid.
Yeah. So if you got that kicker, you could, if you don't get any closer, try to make it that 4-point lead.
Right. Finally, the clock stops with a Hopkins timeout.
That's funny they took that on a second down. They must have seen something they did not like.
Right.
All right, so here we go. Set the stage here a little bit. 2:16 left to go, third quarter. Hopkins, the Vikings, have a 7-6 lead over the Fruitport Trojans here at halftime. Thank your sponsors. We got to do that more often. Bills, Lakeshore, Golden Cards, and Collectable right there on Colby and Whitehall. We have Cadena Pizza, VanDyk Mortgage, and Cal's Corner, which is a podcast that I happen to do. Or promote my own podcast, right? Why not? Your dad was just on it, so I got free give now, free reign to promote my own podcast.
Yep.
And that's a podcast called Cal's Corner, produced by KLLB Media. We've had some interesting dudes on that here, and a woman. Chris Stark from Montague, been fighting stage 4 breast cancer for 8 to 9 years. She came on here. She was about 5 or 6, and episode 5 or 6 came in and shared her story. We've had Dan Roan on.
There you go.
Highly successful high school coach. Go ahead.
2nd and 7 with just over 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Christian under center to give to Van. And powers his way. It's going to be a touchdown. I thought that play was going to be down about the 2-yard line.
So did I.
And that second effort, touchdown Vikings, and that makes it a
Could be 13 right now, 13 to
6 ball game.
And this conversion's now big. Another big convert. I mean, that PAT is now big again, too, because it pushed it out to an 8-point lead.
And that was Justin Van Wagner.
You're right, because he was stopped at the 2. Looked like he was going to be stopped, but he just kept, power. Power football.
13 to 6. Pretty big PAT coming. Kick is up and pretty good. That's probably good from probably the 20-yard line, maybe longer.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. 2:10 left to go, third quarter. Hopkins 14, Fruitport 6 here in homecoming night in Fruitport. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
A little bit. Mario had Antonio's. He said, "Hey, if you want my recipes, let's do something." I'm right over here. Add a scoop and a half of sauce. We don't use any sugar to sweeten it. We use basil to help as a natural sweetener. And this is our cheese blend. Mozzarella, provolone cheese, and Romano cheese all in here. Making the all-meat pizza. We first started making it with ham. And then we tried it with capicola, and really got stuck with the capicola with it. Because capicola is just, it's one of the best meat.
And we're back here at Fruitport. Homecoming festivities will be held after this game. And I'll tell you, you know what time it is, Miles?
What time is it, Cal?
It's answer time.
Right.
And right now,
100%.
Fruitport's got to answer.
Yep. Down 8 points.
Yes, tell you what, Fruitport's defense has just been... Fruitport offensively, defensively, special teams, they've been solid here. I'm sorry.
Right.
Hopkins, offense, defense, special teams has been exceptional here tonight.
It's going to be another squib kick on the right side. Picked up by Campbell.
He had a lane for a second, but that lane closed awful quickly.
This Fruitport offense just has to give their defense a break.
Yeah, they do.
Talk about close to, I believe, probably around 8-minute drive, 7 or 8 minute drive there.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these guys going both ways here, Right. They're going to be tired.
Brady, Hansen, and the Trojan offense come on the field looking to counter that touchdown. 1st and 10. It's going to be a snap and a give for about 2.
And on that stop, big on number 87 for them. That's Haima.
It's going to be Kotecki on the carry.
Okay. Positive yardage there for about 3 yards. Down a minute 50 left to go third quarter.
3, second down.
At Fruitport homecoming night, I believe all the festivities will be held afterwards because they did not. The band played at halftime, and then that was it.
And Cal, this is kind of interesting to schedule a team like Hopkins on your Fruitport or your homecoming night.
Yes.
And what a run there by Kotecki as we were talking about homecoming games.
Number 35, Miller.
That's Frankie Kotecki,
First down.
who took the carry and just ran over some guys.
Yeah, he did. That was hard running. Miller in on that stop for Hopkins, but good job there by Kotecki. I mean, his shoulders are square, legs were churning, positive yardage and a first down.
Fruitport moving quickly. Kotecki with another carry. And that looks like it's going to be going backwards a yard.
I think the reason why they have Hopkins, if I remember right, I think Fruitport's been on the road for like 4 weeks. I think they opened up 2 at home, 4 away, and now they're back.
That's a true homecoming then.
Yeah, it is. Good call.
2nd and 11. At midfield, at the 50. I believe there's been like 4 possessions where the ball's been exactly at the 50.
You are correct.
Here we go. Play action pass, quick pass to his number 1 target, Dornbos. They finally connect here.
Pass was completed.
Yeah. Shane Dorfin, I'm sorry. Shane Dorfin on the stop. Go ahead.
About a 7-yard gain.
Brings up
3rd and 4.
And that's what that passing does. Now they have to, you kind of got to watch out for that pass again.
Yep.
Oh, ball is on the 43-yard line here for Hopkins. Fruitport with the ball on Hopkins 43. Probably 2 down territory for Fruitport.
Oh, yeah. Big 3rd and 4. Motion from Dornbos. Takes the handoff. And nothing going on that sweep.
My gosh, he cut it back up in. I think he had to cut it back up and in. And there's 5 and 7, Shane Dorf and the other Shane Dorf.
The third quarter.
Senior and a junior. That's the end of the third quarter. End of the third quarter. We'll give you the score here. It's going to be Hopkins 14, Fruitport 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
To be home. Muskegon is awesome because you get a little bit of everything. We're right here we're close to the lake. We're right here, so our views are awesome. We have the city that's coming up it's building up within the city. A lot of new businesses, a lot of new buildings being built. If you want a little bit of the country scene, we still have that, but yet you're 5 minutes away from, a shopping place or, groceries, but still can be secluded a little bit from, if you're not liking the city life, you go out to Fruitport and get a little country style, but yet, you got everything right here. It's always a good time.
And we are back here from Fruitport.
The last 8 minutes.
Classroom projects through teachers' meeting rooms.
And we got some scores.
Okay, let's have them.
At the end of the first half, North Muskegon 33, Ravenna 0. Muskegon leads Reese Puffer 26-0.
Okay.
And that's what I have, Cal. Do you have anything else?
No, I just kind of reached out for that. I have a Fremont update. 28-24, it's the last I have.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Here we go, 4th quarter. 4th down. Hanson takes the snap, and the play is blown dead.
I got to correct myself. I said the final 8 minutes.
Yeah,
it's the final 12 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah.
How many games have you done, Cal?
1,250, 1,300, probably, somewhere in there, between football, basketball, baseball, softball. Yep. Who's keeping track?
Right.
In 2019, our old engineer, when John and I were on radio for years, in 2019, he estimated it at about 1,100 games that John and I had done together. So you got, 20 was that COVID years.
Yep.
So you had 20, 21, 22, 23 into 24. So,
wow.
Yeah. So a couple.
Can't believe it's been 5 years since 2019.
Yeah. John and I have always said that as soon as we get one right, we're going to quit. Well, we're still here 30 years for me, 40 years for him.
Alrighty, big 4th down. At the 49, it's going to be punt Dornbos kicks it away.
Get it? Yeah, there you go. Oh, I thought he was.
Oh.
Whoa. The guy from Hopkins got it, took a knee, and then he got a little bit of contact.
I don't know how there's not a flag there.
Yeah.
Joe. I'm not sure.
Muskegon 33, Reese Puffer 0 in the third. Thank you, Arlene. Almost a running clock. So the dominance of Muskegon continues over the Rockets.
Yep.
And once again, Shane Fairfield, winningest coach ever in the history of Muskegon football.
Right.
It's a pretty big deal, man.
Yeah, yeah. If this drives anything like the last one,
well, I'll
this
tell you
game
what,
could be over on this drive.
Yeah. So you're good at math. Yeah, and you have a memory.
Right.
So remember this, 11:54.
11:54.
That's when
already.
this drive starts.
Okay, let's see.
So we'll see.
1st and 10. Christian under center. It's a give. Van Wagner up across the 30. And I mean, man, 6 yards.
I'm sorry. You want to know what else? Hopkins has not turned the ball over once. And they've had very, very few penalties.
And we've talked about it in the past. Turnovers and penalties.
Yeah.
That's
fundamentals. Offense, defense, blocking, tackling, special teams, turnovers. Do all those things well, you're going to win football games.
100%. It's going to make it a 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. Not even sure why Hopkins throws a receiver out there anymore. They're going to run it. 2nd and 4. It's a toss. Van Wagner again to the outside, to the left side. 1st down. Puts his shoulder down. Finally taken out of bounds across the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he initiated contact.
Oh, yeah, he wanted the contact.
Yeah, Teeter. He went after Teeter. Clock stops at the 10:52. Nope, clock's still running. So we're over a minute because now we're like at 10:40. So we're over a minute. And that's like 2 plays, maybe a play in like a half.
Right, and that was that was probably one of their bigger plays of the night.
Yeah.
So it's going to be first down, just shy of the 50-yard line.
If you have the ball, they can't score.
Right, exactly.
So you're playing offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah, wow. 1st and 10. Christian takes the snap. Up the middle.
Not much going there. Good job by Fruitport.
Yep.
52, and I think it was 46 on that stop.
On the stop for the
so it's Riggs.
45, Crow.
Oh, Crow. It's 45 on the stop. Crow.
2nd down and 9.
All right, there's 9:54 coming up. There's 2 minutes.
2nd and 9. Just near the 50-yard line. Christian under center. Wide receiver to his right. 2 running backs. It's a give. Up to the left side for a gain of 3.
A little bit better defense that time leading the charge here. Number 77 here for Fruitport, and that is going to be Rosema.
Wearing on the carry.
Okay. Sets up a 3rd and about 5.5.
Ball is at midfield.
So, here we go. You don't get it. Do you punt? Or unless it's like 4th and 1 or 4.5?
I think you punt.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
With how your defense is playing, yeah, I think you punt.
Okay.
And the ball
I say if it's 4th and 1 or less, he's going to go for it.
I can agree with that one. 4th and 1 or less. Ball again on the 50-yard line.
They got to go 6 yards.
3rd and 6. To give to number 6. And he's going to be just shy, if not a 1st down.
Hits right on the mark. Right on the mark.
That's going to be a 1st down, and that's a big blow to this Trojan defense.
Roseman leading the charge defensively over there for Fruitport.
On the stop for the Trojans.
Down to 8. Now we're at 8:40. So we got 4 minutes off, right? 11:40 to
54
yeah.
is when we started.
Yep. So we're more than 4 minutes. It's just fundamental football.
Yep.
Tough, hard-nosed, fundamental football.
1st and 10. Christian under center. About 90% of the time of this one. It's another give to Van Wagner for, 8 yards there.
Yeah. That offensive line here for Hopkins has been just Unbelievable here tonight. Pavlik is there, Robinson's in there, Brown's in there. That's just been,
second down and
they've
3.
just been opening holes. They're not big holes, but these guys run these backs, so many of them, 3 or 4 of them. They run so hard, they hit that hole. Shoulders are square, legs are moving, and then they always fall forward every time, falling forward.
And this Hopkins team, we're talking just over 450 students in that school. I mean, it's really impressive. It's a toss to Van Wagner.
He did not get the first down.
The first down, but that makes it third and manageable. With the clock continuing to tick down and down and down.
So, yeah, it's going to be 5 minutes here in just a little bit as we are.
7.
By the time they run it, it'll be 5 minutes off the clock.
Again, remember, after the game, stick around for the crowning of the King and Queen.
3rd and 1.5 here.
That'll happen
for Hopkins to try to pick up that first down and then to take, if they can, then take another 3 minutes off the clock.
The Fruitport faithful are getting loud. 3rd and short. Van Wagner.
And a first down.
First down.
Clock, stop the clock to move the chains, which they missed once in the first half.
First down.
We're at 6:40. Here we go. Clock is running down to 6:40. So once again, this drive started at the 11:54 mark.
1st and 10 inside Fruitport territory. Timeout. Trojans.
Fruitport.
As they try to figure it out. What that? We'll take. You know what? Let's leave it here. Let's leave it here.
Leave here.
Celebrate our sponsors here tonight. Bill's, Lakeshore, Golden Cards, and Collectables, Cadena Pizza, VanDyk Mortgage, and this crazy guy who's got a podcast by the name of Cal's Corner. That would be me, I guess. So we bring in all sorts of different men to talk about their stories and their journeys in life. Faith-filled, some of them, some business-filled, some military-filled. So, yeah, catch that on YouTube, produced by KLLB Media. Speaking of KLLB Media, this is all done here tonight by the one and only Billy Mann. He came in. This is his equipment. Billy's up on top, filming this for us, doing a great job. And this is his thing. So KLLB Media started here about a year ago in Whitehall, and he's trying to build this. So he's trying to bring your creations to come to life. So if you need some work done, get a hold of Billy Mann, KLLB Media.
And that guy, who usually has no relation to either of these two teams, is one of the first 5 people to the stadium.
Amen. Every week.
Back to pass on first down. Untraditionally, runs left and may have picked up the first down.
Boy, it's going to be close, is it not? Oh, it looks like, are they going to move the chains? Or are they going to say he stepped out of bounds? I think they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. 2nd down. He did go out of bounds, so the clock stops. We'll see if they restart it.
Can't believe he rolled out the pass there, Cal.
Yes.
That was interesting.
Well, probably tried that. They figured Fruitport was going to maybe try to maybe walk another guy up on the box to try to stop the run. So show the pass.
2nd and 3. Give up the middle. He's got a hole. That's Wieringa. First down, Vikings. Now the clock is starting to move.
Again, just running. Owen Reed's another lineman there for Hopkins. We got an official's timeout. We might have 2 guys down. We do. One's a cramp.
At the end of that run was a first down for Hopkins.
And the big guy, 50 for them. He got his bell rung. He's up. He's on his hands and knees. Oh, now he's up. Good to see that. Cortez. Herman Cortez.
But we have another guy down.
That's the guy with the cramp.
Okay.
Oh, so we got officials timeout here at the 6:14 mark. Now the guy that was down, he's up. He's got to come down. Still a warm night here in week 7.
Yep.
By now, John and I would have seen snow flurries. I can remember a year, I don't know what year it was, a long time ago. Mona Shores, Muskegon Catholic. Kickoff at 7 o'clock was 84 degrees. At halftime, it was 84 degrees.
Wow.
And Muskegon Catholic was falling like flies with cramps because,
Right.
they had like 20 guys, 25 guys.
That's insane.
Shores had an army of guys, and they
Right.
just kept rotating all these fresh guys in. I think Catholic had the lead at halftime, but ended up losing the game.
Wow.
But I remember that 84 at kickoff and 84 at halftime on just a hot, humid night at Muskegon Catholic.
84 degrees. That is crazy. We first and 10. To give to the left side. Stopped right at line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Miles, 5:54 right now.
So that's
6 minutes?
6 minutes on the dot.
6-minute drive, and they're not in the end zone yet.
Nope. They still got about 20, 25 yards to go.
Yeah, 2nd and 9. Ball's on the 18. Ball's on the 18.
18-yard line. 2nd and 9. Christian under center. Takes the snap. Give outside. It's going to be Wieringa. Puts his head down. Picks up another solid 6 yards.
Nice job on that stop, on that tackle right there by number 2, Williams, a junior here from the Trojans. A nice job getting out there, wrapping them up and bringing them down. Just sets up about a 3rd and 2. Ball's on the, the 11? 12.
Yep. And by the time this next ball is snapped, and right now, inside 5 minutes. But that does set up a 3rd down for Hopkins. 3rd and 2. To give up the middle, cuts left. Wieringa, 1st down. Vikings, and the drive continues.
Got a ball carrier on the stop for the Trojans. Number
Couldn't see who it was in on that stop. Nice blocking up front there by Fruitport, by Hopkins.
From the 4.
We'll be at the 4-yard line with 4.5 to play in the ball game.
1st and 4. 1st and goal from the 4.
Stuffed.
Nice job. Who got in there? 45 for them led that charge defensively. That's Crow. Carson Crow. Nice job defensively by him. He also had somebody else helped him, but Carson there first.
2nd down.
Look at this. Here we come up on 3:54.
Wow.
Click right there from 11:54 to 3:54. One drive.
Second and 4 at the 4. Christian under center. Give Wieringa. Fights his way up the middle to the left side. Touchdown, Vikings. And that puts the score to 20-6 and a 2-possession game that Fruitport has to really move quickly on.
They certainly do. So I'll tell you what, like we've been talking, 11:54 started the drive. They scored at 3:35. They basically almost chewed up that whole 4th quarter just by using fundamentals, blocking, doing a great job of blocking.
To put that in perspective, the second half started at 8 o'clock, and it's 8:46 right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's blocked. The PAT was blocked, I believe. That was.
Wow.
So at the end here, not the end, but with time running out, 3:35 left to go, 4th quarter here in Fruitport, homecoming night. Hopkins 20, Fruitport 6. And we'll tell you what, we're going to take a 30-second timeout.
Muskegon is awesome because you get a little bit of everything. We're right here we're close to the lake. We're right here, so our views are awesome. We have the city that's coming up it's building up within the city. A lot of new businesses, a lot of new buildings being built. If you want a little bit of the country scene, we still have that, but yet you're 5 minutes away from, a shopping place or, groceries, but still can be secluded a little bit from, if you're not liking the city life, you go out to Fruitport and, get a little country style, but yet, you got everything right here. It's always a good time to be a homeowner.
And we're back here in Fruitport. Homecoming festivities will be underway here soon. But I'll tell you what, it's a little bit of sadness here. As it looks like Fruitport may go down to defeat against a very, very good Hopkins football team.
Kicking off.
Fruitport getting ready to kick off.
Here we go. Another squib kick. Keeps bouncing and muffed, but finally jumped on by the freshman Campbell.
Tell you what, man, those
so
squibs, the thing's just tumbling down there through the air. It's hard to get a good pickup on it because it's bouncing all sorts of different ways. So Fruitport, they're going to have a 1st and 10 on about their 28-yard line with 3:32 left to go and down 14 points. Hard to ask you to score 14 when you've only, a little over 3 minutes when you could only muster 6.
And the Hopkins
and the Hopkins defense.
It's going to be a run right on the handoff. Gets a few.
Yep. Fruitport does have 2 timeouts left. So they do it, but they do have to hurry, and they're going to take a timeout. The clock stopped. But did it stop for their timeout? Yes, it did. So I'll tell you what, we'll talk about our sponsors right here. Bill's Golden Cards and Collectables, Cadena Pizza, VanDyk Mortgage, and I'll tell you what, if you would like to get involved with this, and also keep the boss, you're up top, KLLB Media.
Right.
If you want to get involved with this, we'd love to have you on board with us. Get a hold of Billy Mann. And through KLLB Media, send him a message. Would love to get you on board. And here we go.
And there's some great content.
On
that channel as well. So Hanson back to pass, looks left, and jumped. That's number 5, Austin Shaindorf. Touchdown, Hopkins. Pass was jumped, and that all but caps it off for the Viking W.
That was a great call, Miles. To tell you what, he read that perfectly, did he not there? Number 5, that's Shaindorf. Laid back on that, kind of thought that might be coming. Jumps in there for the pick, returns it for 6. So that could possibly put this one up to 27-6.
Yep.
And about for sure seal the deal here for Hopkins as they're going to come in here and ruin the homecoming, not all the festivities, but ruin the game here for Fruitport.
On for the extra point attempt. Number 53, Reed. On the hold, number 7.
The kicker is a long ways behind that holder, about a step more than what you normally see.
But man, he had some solid BAT kicks today.
His last one got blocked. That's a pretty one.
Extra point is
and it's good. Nice, solid.
27 Hopkins, 6 Fruitport.
Once again, we'll just talk about Billy Mann and KLLB Media. We'd just love to have you as a sponsor. We are going to be doing some basketball. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we do some baseball and some softball. Wouldn't be surprised we do a Whitehall Viking baseball game because I know somebody who plays baseball for Whitehall. It's kind of about 2 feet away from me. How's your baseball team going to be this year?
Man, I mean, coming off of a district championship victory last season, I mean, I'm hoping that we can do the exact same this year. I'm excited.
Good. Got some pitchers coming back?
Oh yeah. Yep. We have our 2 conference guys, our 1 and 2.
Okay.
You know, we have a really good lefty, Evan Thomas, and Brock Morningstar. Brock, who's on the football team right now. So, you know, to pair those 2 guys and then some other guys who can close it down in the non-conference games. Between those guys, I think we should be pretty solid.
Awesome. All right, we're getting about ready to get back underway here. Hopkins with the kickoff, and Fruitport's trying to figure out what to do. They have to go back to the drawing board on Monday. Coaches will probably get together on Sunday to try to figure out to get another win here in Week 8. Look at this thing bounce.
Wow, oh my goodness. Finally picked up and returned for about 7.
On the return, number 44, Beck.
Little extracurricular activities going on away from the play. No flags, though.
We have 70 live joining us right now, Cal.
Well, welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you very much being here tonight. Fruitport's going to have the ball moving right to left, driving north here with, what do we got? 2:55 left to go. This game, it's going to end up maybe 27-6.
Yep.
But that was a lot closer than that throughout almost the whole game. It was 7-6 for...
Kind of feels like that Whitehall Montague game we called a few weeks back.
Okay, yes.
Really close at half, and then Whitehall, you kind of just took care of business in that second half.
Exploded in that second half.
Right. Hanson drops back to pass, looks right, firing right, into double coverage, batted away by number 35 of the Vikings, Nash Miller.
Number 2, Williams.
Intended for Day Williams, number 2.
Going to set up that 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 2:50 left to go.
Yep.
Get watching college football tomorrow?
Oh man, am I going to watch any college football? We got number 2 Ohio State playing number 3 at Oregon. That's gonna be a ball game.
We got a baseball game tomorrow night.
Right. 8:08 p.m. Since the Yankees advanced, MLB wants to give the Tigers a night game. So
that's nice. Finally.
Right. Hanson back to pass. Rolls left. Looks left. Firing left. And caught by number 10, Blair Zimmer, and is off to the races. Touchdown. Ball comes out, but touchdown still remains.
65-yard touchdown pass and catch there, buddy.
Wow.
Zimmer.
That's explosive. See, Fruitport's had that pass and that run.
Yes.
For both their touchdowns. Those were 2 very explosive plays.
Very. I tell you what, when he broke free, he just turned the Jets on and he was gone. Nice job there by the Trojans, not giving up. They're saying, "Hey, no, we're, you're shoveling dirt on us, but we're not done yet."
Right.
Good to see that big touchdown run. Big touchdown play there, pass and catch at the 2:39 mark. This is gonna possibly. They going for the single or the 2?
They're going for 2.
Okay, good call by them.
3 receivers, motion from Dornbos. It's gonna be a flip behind his back and a pass. Out of the hands.
Conversion is no good.
The 2-point conversion.
So here at the 2:39 mark, 27-12 here. Hopkins with the lead, but look at this. Fruitport's got a little momentum. They might try an onside kick. It's definitely a possibility.
That was an insane design.
It was.
For that 2-point conversion.
Well, that stat's going to look good in the passing yards tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Because until that play, they've connected on just a few, not very many. That's going to make it look a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
They tried to pass here about 4 or 5 minutes ago. That got picked off and returned for a touchdown. So is this going to be the hands guys up front?
Yep, it looks like they're not going to have anybody back deep. Hopkins.
Well, yeah, they're not.
It's going to be 10, 45, 12, 81, and 2 up front for the Vikings.
Let's see if he pops this in the air and tries a hard kick right at somebody.
It's going to be Riley King.
Looks like they're setting up here for it to the left, off the kicker's foot to the left.
Here we go. It's going to be recovered and brought down. Almost. Finally brought down at the 47.
Boy, these officials just let them play, don't they?
Yeah. That was Jacob Helder on the recovery.
All right, so 2:39 left to go on this one. Hopkins is going to have the ball. Well, we just seen him run about 8 minutes off 8 or 9 minutes off the clock.
Yep. Yeah.
So we're gonna hopefully, well, not hopefully, that's the wrong word. Possibly, they might be able to run out the clock. We'll see what happens.
1st and 10 from the 50 again.
The 50 again.
That's insane. I've never seen that before.
Wow. I have to admit, it's a coincidence. I don't want to say that's a coincidence. That's a lot.
Hopkins breaks the huddle. Heads to the line. That's going to be
encroachment. Encroachment. So now listen.
Offsides is the call against the Trojans.
They don't have to run a whole lot of clock off. Fruitport does have 2 timeouts left. So they're going to at least need to get 1 first down.
First down and 5 for the Vikings.
I'm thinking they could start to just kneel it and go to victory formation.
I believe first down ends it.
Yeah, Fruitport does have those 2 timeouts.
1st and 5. It's going to be a give. Then Wagner.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 Trojans right there.
And Wagner, the ball carrier.
A little extracurricular activities again in the pile.
It's been happening all night, Cal.
Wow. Number 10, Zimmer.
We had a Fruitport guy kind of piled on late, and the Hopkins guy shoved him right off the pile.
2nd down and 5.
So you're not jumping on this, Bob. You're not jumping on my guy.
Just over 2 minutes to play. 2nd and about 5 for the Vikings.
Now under 2 minutes. Fruitport did not take a timeout, did they? They got 2 left.
And Hopkins is like legit taking their time.
Yeah.
No hurry at all.
Why?
Finally, a timeout.
Hopkins takes a timeout.
Hopkins.
Vikings.
So if I'm looking at that clock right,
one last time, I'd like to thank
Fruitport's got 2 timeouts.
Tonight's game sponsor. Again,
yeah.
Some kind of,
for all your storage needs, whether you're moving.
Who knows?
Yeah, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Storage Group is the place to go.
Once again, to thank our sponsors, KLLB Media, Bill's Lakeshore Golden Cards and Collectables, Cadena Pizza, VanDyk Mortgage,
You haven't gone to
and
one
a
of
thing
those,
called Cal's Corner.
suggest
Yeah, updates for me?
They are a good time. And
I am
fun
looking
for all.
right now,
Also, the
Cal.
Hall of Fame ceremony, Saturday, October 19th.
You are a young man. You should have every app known to human beings on your phone.
Sponsors
I know you.
Stark Real Estate. Real estate the right way.
Yeah, TikTok.
I do have TikTok. I have everything.
You have everything, don't you? Yeah.
X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram,
yeah.
Facebook. I mean, come on, you name it, I got it.
There we go. I knew it. I knew it. 2nd and 5.
It's going to be a toss out left to Wieringa. Wieringa keeps it left, finds some speed, down the sideline, first down, Hopkins.
And you know what? He could have went out of bounds, and he didn't.
Right.
I was following with my binoculars. He was on the sideline. He deliberately cut it back up into the field to keep this clock going. We got a guy down. He got up, and then he went down. He might have got his bell rung. That's from Hopkins. His training staff comes running out. He got up, started getting up, and then the players helped him up. They took about 2 steps. And he was like, no, I'm not.
This will be a Hopkins timeout.
Officials timeout, I think. And they are going to his head and neck area. You know what? They're thinking he might have got a stinger. Because that trainer's all over him as far as where the feeling is. There's more people coming out now.
It's over 1:30.
I tell you what, let's take a timeout. We'll try to assess this here. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to KLLB Media. We'll be right back. Great to see the Hopkins player number 7 for them, Shaendorf, up and walking off, but he is being assisted. Definitely looked like he got his bell rung. Possibly a good stinger.
Yep.
Nice job by the training staff. Both teams, both trainers, hustled out there. The Hopkins guy gets there first, starts doing an assessment, and then the trainer from Fruitport went sprinting out there once she's seen what he was up to. So nice job by them to get him medical attention.
Fruitport still with 2 timeouts, just over a minute and 30. First down Hopkins inside the 30-yard line.
Probably victory formation. Nope, they're going to run it.
To give up the middle for a few.
Still a little shoving going on.
And Cal with Fruitport now just joining the OK Silver. This could form into a rivalry.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
With these guys seeing each other every year.
Yes, absolutely.
In this game, even though the score, 27-12, not horrible, but
No.
definitely closer than what the score presents.
And you know what, Miles? More than half of this game was at 7-6.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, this was, this is definitely closer than what it was. I think they got to go to victory formation.
Yeah,
Maybe
40
they don't have
seconds
it.
to go. And
No,
yeah,
they just run the ball.
Ben Wagner, the ball carrier.
Let's say, this is what we do. We run the football.
On the stop.
So we
Number
don't
52.
do it, and we don't do anything else. We'll pass once in a while, but we run the ball.
20 seconds to go. And the countdown begins.
I do not think they have to run another pass. Nice contingent here of Hopkins people that made the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Made the trip over.
I mean, that student section's pretty strong.
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2,
And that's
1, and that's going to do it. The Hopkins Trojans come in here tonight and beat the Hopkins Trojans. Hopkins come in tonight and beat the Fruitport Trojans 27-12 here on homecoming night. Closing thoughts, Miles?
Yeah, well, Hopkins moves to 6-1 on the season, and then they have a really strong campaign going over there at Hopkins. I mean, strong claim to win the Silver Division and the OK Conference.
Yes.
And for Fruitport, 2-5. I mean, comparing it to last season, they're still having a solid year, right?
Yes.
And last year was a young team, and this team is still pretty young. I mean, I know their roster's filled with juniors and a few sophomores. I know a running back they had who had a lot of carries tonight was a freshman, 2028 grad Liam Campbell. So looking ahead for Fruitport, still a lot of positives and some things to clean up. So,
and building blocks. Keep building. So, you know what? Here, another thing that's going to benefit Hopkins is Fruitport's a bigger school. They're a division or 2 higher.
Yep.
And they will pick up some bonus points off of that, too, playing up. So that's going to do it here tonight from Fruitport. Hopkins, was it 28? Fruitport, they took it down already. 13, 14?
I had 27-12.
27-12. Should have wrote that down. I didn't. I thought it was to stay up on the board longer. Anyway, from myself, I'm Cal. This is Miles Welch. Billy Mann up on top. He's the boss doing all the filming here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed